Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yesterday I was asking myself one question like
What is it?
WebDriver cannot be resolved to be a type.
Mm-hmm.
I was done in module path also, sir. The same error was.
You're getting the same error, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me. I'll guide you there.
Yes, sir.
Just remind me at the end of the session. I'll explain you.
Okay, sir. That point stopping me to practice.
Okay.
Sir, I'm also same issue.
Okay. Which version of Eclipse you are using? Which version of Eclipse, which version of Java you guys are using? Which version of Eclipse and which version of Java you are using? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Just a second.
Only 2% started the practice. What about the rest? Madhavi started, I guess. Anyone else?
Today I will start. I have some problem with my laptop,
Okay.
so I will implement.
Okay. What about
Thank
others? Yeah, thank you. What about others?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I am also facing that problem, but I am using only class first, sir. I'm not using module first.
Okay, still you are getting same issue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me. Okay. What is that Java version? Did you check? Java version and Eclipse version. Anyone checking, or do you need time, or can we continue? If anyone can respond, I'll wait. Otherwise, I can continue.
And you.
Fine. So yesterday we were discussing about Selenium WebDriver methods, which we have listed down. So today we will continue with the same thing. We'll design a script and we'll design a script and we'll see how it works and how the script can be loaded and how we can make use of Selenium WebDriver methods, predefined methods and all. So how can we do that and all, we'll see. 1 second. Okay. Let me share my screen before going to continue with that. I'll give you the possibilities where you are facing the issue. Check it from your end and let me know, because I don't know what is the way that you are configuring and what is the way that you are following, but I'll give you an update why you are facing that issue. One thing, basically, I asked you to change you to module path to check whether it is working or not. If it is still not working, then leave about module path. Our main motto will be class path only. Okay, so try to give the same thing in the class path. First point. Okay, that means right click on your project, go to build path, go to configure build path. Go to configure build path. Under class path, you need to give all the libraries, whatever the libraries that you are going to have. Second possibility is, whenever you are configuring the library here, okay, whenever you are configuring the library, if check if your Chrome driver is being extracted and you have passed Chrome driver.exe. Okay, you should not give like that. Direct Chrome driver.exe you have to pass, and then Selenium server 4.7.2 you have to pass directly. So this Chrome driver.exe should not get extracted. Direct zip file you can upload. Second point. Third one, Selenium Java libraries you have to extract, and you have to give all the libraries what you are seeing on the screen except this changelog, license and notice. You have to give all the libraries which are in this list and also the libraries which are in lib folder. I hope everyone has given all the libraries properly.
Yes, sir.
If anything is missed, revalidate again, validate them again, and again check whether you have given Chrome driver.exe or Chrome driver.zip file. Okay, you can give zip file directly. So that's another thing. And third thing will be, whenever you are designing a program here under system property, all the information what you have provided here is in lowercase. This is not an uppercase information. WebDriver.chrome.driver. So some people may give this W as a uppercase. So don't give like that. Just give WebDriver.chrome.driver. Plain WebDriver.chrome.driver. That's a fourth point you have to. Fifth one, whenever you are giving WebDriver driver, whenever you are creating object for the browser, WebDriver driver is equals to new Chrome driver. Make sure here WebDriver W D driver D is in uppercase. So do we have all these possibilities at place now? Any deviations in this?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
If everything is in place, then you should not get this issue. If something is missed, then only you'll get it.
Can I share as my screen, sir?
I don't know the possibility. Let me check. Aruna Balabarga. Arun.
Arun.
Uh, Hello. I just stopped. You try it to share the screen.
Okay. Post disable participating screen sharing.
Okay, 1 second. Let me give some access. Give me a moment. Try sharing it now.
Same issue, sir.
No, try it now.
I was tried, sir.
No, check it. I have changed the permission.
Post disable participating screen sharing.
You're still seeing the same issue?
Yes, sir.
I think we have to rejoin, I guess. Then.
Can I rejoin again?
No, I have to restart, but not required. Understood. You should not. I have to rejoin and restart the session, then only it will work, I guess. I've saved all the details. Yeah, there is no other option. I have given permission, but still, if it is not allowing you to do that, then we have to restart the session, then only it will apply, I guess. That should be fine, Arun.
Okay.
So you have configured all the libraries and everything, right? There is no issue with the possibilities, what I said. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Can you check it once? What is the version of Java and Eclipse that you are using?
Would you check it and comment from now, sir?
Yes.
Java.
Java space hyphen version.
One point 8.0 -361 Java version.
Okay. Eclipse.
Eclipse, where we can see, sir.
No, when you open Eclipse, it will display, right? 2022.21 or 2022.3 or where it is. When you open Eclipse itself, immediately it will display the version.
2022 12, sir.
2022.
12, sir.
Okay, fine. And one more thing, before this one, whatever this path that you have given, so do you have slash before this C drive? If you don't have, that should be fine, which is a correct one. And even rest of the path, did you give double slashes,
Yes, sir.
double forward slashes?
Yeah.
Okay. I think there is a problem with your driver configuration only. There is no other possibilities apart from this. What I'm suspecting here, because importing is happening, but it shows some issue where it cannot be resolved, that issue. But when we can say that issue cannot be resolved is maybe that respective library is not available, or it is not configured properly. That's what I'm guessing. I'm not too sure until I see that exact configuration what you have done. So I cannot give that guidance. So maybe in tomorrow's session you can share the screen and we can see how it works.
Okay.
I'm not too sure what is the process that you have followed to configure and all.
Yes.
Maybe
I can-
these are the possibilities that we have, but apart from this, once I check what is that class path and everything what you have configured, then only I can let you know. Someone is talking.
I got the same issue, sir.
Mm-hmm.
In SRC file, we have a module file in that. If I deleted, I
It is working, huh?
yes, sir, it's working.
While creating that module, you guys have created that module info, right?
Yes, sir. If I deleted,
Arun, did you
it's
try that
working, sir.
possibility?
No, sir. I cannot understand what is it.
No, when you create a project, it will ask a pop-up saying that do you want to create module info? Did you created that?
No, sir. No.
You can see that file under SRC folder.
Yeah, sir.
Can you delete that and try placing all the libraries in class path?
Okay.
Do it right now, and I'll wait for a couple more minutes and then we'll continue.
Directly delete, sir.
Directly delete. You can delete it.
Okay, and we have to create again.
No, don't create that. That's not required for you.
Sir, second once again.
Under SRC folder, you'll have module.info file.
Okay, okay.
Okay, select that file and delete it. After
Yeah.
deleting, go to right click on your project, go to build path and configure build path, and there all the libraries you have configured it in module path, right?
Yes, sir.
Instead of module path, change it back to class path only.
Okay, we have to remove there and we have to.
Configure it in class path again.
Okay, so just 2 minutes, sir.
Yeah, take your time.
At a time, selecting all is not possible, sir.
You can select.
But the module path and class path also got selected.
No, you should not click on Control A, Arun. See, I'm selecting it now. I selected first one. I clicked on Shift and I'm selecting the last one. If you can click on Control A, everything will get selected. Or else you can drag from module path and you can drop it in class path. It will work.
Okay.
It's your comfort.
Okay. Chrome driver .win32. We have to give zip file. Sir.
Yes. Okay.
Completed, sir.
Check that class file now if it is still having issue.
Mm. Chrome is being controlled by Automate test software.
Did you started execution?
Yeah, sir.
And then that's fine. You can continue with your practice then.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Fine. So yesterday we were discussing about these methods, and we discussed about click, clear, close, and quit, and we have completed discussion on send keys, find element, and find elements, and we discussed about navigate to, forward, and back. And then under this get methods we completed get title, get current URL, get page source. We are having get window handle, get window handles, and then is enabled, is displayed, and is selected. So these three things we will discuss now, and then we'll go with one sample program. Before going to discuss about sample program, I'll explain you about one of the most important concept, which is nothing but wait command, Selenium WebDriver wait commands. So that we will discuss, and then we'll go for a program. So is enabled, is displayed, and is selected. So by seeing those terms, we can understand it's a condition based Selenium WebDriver method. Okay, if you want to perform any action, let's say for example, I want to check the checkbox. I want to check the checkbox in the application. So if I want to check the checkbox in the application, if this particular checkbox is enabled, then check the checkbox. First, I'm going to check whether the checkbox is enabled or not. If it is enabled, then check the checkbox. Like that, we have two more things. Is displayed. That means if this checkbox is displayed, then check the checkbox. If this first name field is displayed, then enter the first name. If address field is enabled, then enter the address. Likewise, we are going to design a program which is on conditional based program, we can say. So is displayed, then only perform this action. If it is not displayed, then it will throw an error. Okay, under the skills, if you have this drop down, so if Java, if C++ is selected, then select the country. If C++ is not selected, then don't select the country. Likewise, we can we can validate with our own conditions, and we can create it, and we can make use of the conditions in Selenium WebDriver. First, we will see is enabled and is displayed, some sample code for that, and then we'll see about is selected when we discuss about the drop down values. Okay, let me create another class. Is example finish. Okay, so as usual, for time being, I'm just copying the existing one until maximizing this browser window, copying and pasting it here. After maximizing the browser, so I am going to validate this one. I want to enter this first name. If this is enabled, then enter the first name. Okay, for this first name field, I'll do that, or else we can go for checkbox. Right click on that, click on inspect, input ID is equals to checkbox 1 we have. We'll try with ID now. Okay, I'm going to check hobbies checkbox. Okay, driver dot find element by dot ID. What is the checkbox name? ID is equals to checkbox 1. Right, copy this one, go to your program here, dot is enabled dot first it will validate is enabled. Okay, and then we need to click on that, right? It's a checkbox, we need to click on that. If you want to click on that, we have a method called click again. So same thing, driver dot find element by dot, okay, something is missed here, ID. Again, I'm going to give checkbox, okay, dot click. Okay, if you want to see whether it is clicked or not, I'm just keeping the wait time. And after this, I'm going to close the browser. Okay, I'm executing this program. Chrome driver was started successfully. It will maximize the browser and it is checking the checkbox and it is closed. If you want to see the information also whether it is enabled or not, so after validating this whether it is enabled or not, you can print a message. So the checkbox is enabled. So I can mark it as checkbox 1 is enabled. Okay, I'm going to execute this program. You can see it now. It will maximize the browser and it will check the checkbox and it will close the browser. You can see that checkbox 1 is enabled. Right? If it is not enabled, then automatically it will throw an error saying that checkbox, whatever the error message that you are going to provide, it will throw that error message. Okay, or else it will display that is enabled validation is failed. Any questions? Same thing we have for is displayed. So I'm going to use the same thing for checkbox 1 completed, right? Let's go to checkbox 2. What is that checkbox name? Movies. And we need to capture the ID for that. Okay, inspect. The name of that ID is checkbox 2. I'm going to use that ID. Now, here, instead of is enabled, I'm using is displayed. So the checkbox two is displayed, and here check this checkbox. So if you can execute this program, you can see that both is enabled and is displayed in the output. Both are checked. See that checkbox 1 is enabled and checkbox 2 is displayed. Any questions? What is going to happen here? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
So is selected is a exceptional case. Exceptional case in the sense like you cannot use it for all types of fields in the application. Is selected is only to validate whether it is selected or not. To validate whether it is selected or not. That means if it is selected, then perform this action. If it is not selected, then perform this action. Likewise, we can validate. Maybe most of the cases we can validate it for drop down values or something like that. So drop down is having separate format of uses in our programming part, automation part. So I'll guide you how to select the drop down value next. So before going to discuss, as I mentioned, so we will discuss about WebDriver wait commands, and then we'll go for the next concept. Okay, now we have a concept called WebDriver wait commands. WebDriver wait commands. What is this WebDriver wait commands? Maybe I have given some basic introduction on this particular point during the introduction of Selenium WebDriver. So the point behind this WebDriver wait commands is whenever you are loading an application or whenever you are clicking on any link or whenever you click on any button, it will take minimum 1 second of time to load the complete page. It will take minimum, at least a minimum half second to 1 second it will take to load the complete page. Or else if you are opening that URL for the first time in your browser, it will take 3 to 4 seconds because cookies has to store, cache has to store, temp files has to store, everything has to store at the back end. So it will take 3 to 4 seconds. From second time onwards, when you are loading the same website, it will take maximum 1 second to load the complete page. Right? Did you guys observe this case? Even we discussed about the same point in manual testing also.
Yes.
Right? So now coming back to the same point, whenever you are loading those websites, any of the websites or any of the project which you are going to work, it will take minimum time to load the complete web page. In order to wait for that, as a human being, we'll wait for 1 second or 2 seconds to load the complete web page. But how the Selenium, how Selenium WebDriver knows that it has to wait for a second, or it has to wait for a 2 seconds, or it has to wait for wait until the page gets loaded? How Selenium WebDriver will be able to understand that, right? Again, the answer ended up with a coding part only. We have to provide some sufficient wait time, and then it will wait for that particular time, and then we are going to proceed further with our rest of the functionality. That's what we are having in our options. Correct or wrong? Now, till now I have used, if you can observe the previous program or the program which we have designed yesterday, I have used one thing here in this program. Yeah, I have used one thing here, thread.sleep. And here also in today's program also I have used thread.sleep. What is this thread.sleep? Okay, we have a wait command, two types of wait commands. One is, as we are using Java programming language, it is Java wait command, and another one is Selenium WebDriver wait commands. Java wait command and Selenium WebDriver wait commands. Java wait command is nothing but thread.sleep. If you can give this command inside this, you have to give number of milliseconds. You have to give that number. If it is 2000, then it will be 2 seconds. 3000 means 3 seconds. It's up to you. What is the time required? If you want to give, you can give. So thread.sleep. So how it works? Interview point of view, it is very, 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 very important. Maybe I'll give chance to you only. Go through that. I'll give couple of minutes to you. I'll be on mute meanwhile. Just check what is the purpose of thread.sleep. What is the difference between thread.sleep and Selenium WebDriver wait command? Selenium WebDriver wait commands, we have two multiple types, out of which we are going to consider implicit wait and explicit wait for now. And apart from this, we'll have fluent wait, page reload and page load. All these things will be there, but we are going to consider implicit wait and explicit wait. So I'll give 5 minutes, 4 minutes of time. Now the time is 8:46. I'll wait till 8:50. Get the information on the difference between Java wait command and Selenium WebDriver wait command. Okay, so I'll explain you through programmatically if you can get the information. Anyone have any questions? Did you understand the point what I said? Get the information on the difference between Selenium WebDriver wait command and Java wait command.
Sir,
Yes.
Selenium WebDriver wait command is also same, sir, or not, sir?
Same means,
Say thread.sleep, sir.
that's what I said. Selenium WebDriver wait commands are different. Implicit wait and explicit wait are the commands we have. You can just Google it, you will come to know the difference between WebDriver wait commands and Java wait command.
Okay, sir.
Got the information? Anyone? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between Selenium WebDriver wait command and Java wait command?
Sir, can I?
Yeah,
Yeah, sir. Thread sleep means the wait until provide time has to be completed, sir.
okay.
The implicit wait means the wait until particular page has to be available.
Okay.
The explicit wait means the page until the particular condition has to be completed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. What you understood from these three things? How the code can be validated with this point?
Yeah, thread sleep means we can give the in thread sleep, we can give the time, sir.
That I completely understand.
Okay.
You explained it in a general definition format, even that is very clear. But
Okay.
I'm asking, based on your explanation, how the code execution is going to happen when you give thread.sleep, or else how the code execution is going to happen when you give implicit wait or explicit wait. Okay, can you repeat the point on thread.sleep again?
The wait until provide time has to be completed, sir.
Okay, that means if I'm going to give thread.sleep, what is going to happen?
Wagler ನೋಡ್ರಾ?
In
You
thread sleep,
said
you can give
one.
only one time only, sir.
In thread.sleep, we are going to provide the time, Gopi, right?
Okay, sir.
Right? You are saying that wait until the time what we have mentioned in the thread.sleep has to get completed.
Okay,
That means what is going to happen when you give thread.sleep?
we can stop the statement.
We can stop the statement. That means the execution will be on hold until whatever the time that you have given here. If you give 2 seconds, the
Yes.
complete program
Statement will be
execution will
stopped.
be on hold for 2 seconds.
Okay,
If you give 10 seconds, it will hold for 10 seconds. If you give 20 minutes, it will hold for 20 minutes. But no one will give 20 minutes because the application timeout itself is 15 minutes maximum. So even if you give 20 minutes, it won't work. But real time, if you can give whatever the time that you are going to mention under thread.sleep, that means it will hold the program execution, or it will stop, it will hold the execution of that particular program for that much time you have specified. I'll show the examples as well for this. What about implicit wait?
the wait until particular page has to be available.
Okay, what does that mean?
Page means web page, sir.
Mhm.
The web page is available or not. The web page is open or not. When the web page will open, the page must be stopped.
Okay, I'll refine this statement. Instead of a web page, you can say the next immediate action. Okay, wait until the next immediate action is available. You can tell like this.
Okay.
Because why I'm not encouraging web page here is the action itself is going to perform on the web page. Okay,
Okay, sir.
when it will wait for the web page again, when you click on any link or when you click on submit button, it has to wait for the next page. But implicit wait or explicit wait will never wait for the complete I cannot say that complete web page, but it will wait for the action. What is the next action that you want to perform? If that next action is available, then it will continue the execution. If next action is available, it will wait for that specified time and it will continue with the execution. That's how it works basically. But instead of saying web page, we are saying that next action is available.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so the logic behind implicit wait and explicit wait here is, let's say for example, in thread.sleep, I have given 10 seconds of time. What is going to happen? The program execution will be on hold for 10 seconds, and after 10 seconds, it will continue the execution. It will resume the execution and it will complete the program execution and it will provide the output, right? That is how it happens basically. But in implicit wait, whatever the time that you are going to provide, the first priority will be, it will not consider the time. It will check whether the next action is available or not. If the next action is available, it will continue with the execution. If next action is not available, then it will wait for the specified time and then it will throw the error. Let's see the example. I'm going to take the same one. This is the program that I'm going to consider. So here we are checking first checkbox, right? I'm going to give thread.sleep here after this first checkbox, and I'm going to give 5 seconds here. Okay, and even after checking the second checkbox also, I'm going to give 5 seconds. I'm running this program. You can see how much time it will take. Entire program execution time. Excuse me, sorry. How much time it took? Almost 10 to 14 seconds it took to complete the execution. Again, I'm executing. You can see the time. You can check the time manually by using timer. Another 5 seconds, it will close. Right? It took almost 14 seconds to load the complete page. It took almost 14 seconds to load the complete to execute the complete program. If we are going to use implicit wait, what is going to happen? If we are going to use implicit wait, what is going to happen? Let's see. I'll show you how to give that command, implicit wait command. In place of thread.sleep, I am just changing it to implicit wait. Sorry. Commenting this one. Implicit wait. Implicit wait command to we are waiting in browser driver dot manage dot timeouts dot implicitly wait here I'm going to give same 5 seconds. I'm going to give unit. I'm going to use seconds, time unit dot seconds. The same statement I'm going to use. Maybe this has been strike through. We are using latest version of Selenium, right? So maybe the another keyword we can use instead of implicitly wait, but still it will get executed. I'm going to run this program. You can see the output now. This is interview point of view question. What is the difference between Java wait command and Selenium WebDriver wait command? Answer to this question, 5, 6. Within 6 seconds, it gets completed. Answer to the question, Java wait command always holds the program with the specified time. It will not continue with the program execution. And Selenium WebDriver wait commands. I'm not specifically talking about implicit or explicit now. I'm just generalizing that particular statement, saying in the interview point of view, Selenium WebDriver wait commands are going to continue the execution if next action is available. If next action is not available, it will wait for this specified time. Whatever the time that you have specified here, it will wait up to this particular 5 seconds, even though that next element is not available after 5 seconds, it will throw timeout error. Let's see, I'm going to change this checkbox 2 to checkbox something like #10. Maybe this is not available in that particular screen. Okay. It will wait for 5 seconds to get this particular ID. If this ID is still not available after 5 seconds, you can see the timeout error. I'm executing to show you the error. See, it is trying to click on the second checkbox, but it is not available. You can see that error in Eclipse. See, no such element, unable to locate element. What is that element? This one. So it is not trying, it is unable to find out the element. This error message you will see after 5 seconds, whatever the specified time that you have mentioned in your program, whatever the time specified. So after that particular seconds or after that specified time, then only you can see this timeout error. Understand? Any questions? The next one will be when you need to use implicit wait and when you need to use explicit wait. I haven't explained you about the concept of explicit wait. I'll give you that command as well, and then I will let you know when you have to use explicit wait and implicit wait. If you are clear about this, then I can explain you about those two differences. Anyone have any questions? No questions? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you are clear, then I can move forward. But before that, anyone, can you please repeat what is the difference between thread.sleep, Java wait command and Selenium WebDriver wait command? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, leave it. If you want to learn, you can respond. Otherwise, it's up to you.
Hello.
And now the difference between implicit wait and explicit wait. So when you have to use implicit wait and when you have to use explicit wait, and what is the purpose of using implicit wait and what is the purpose of using explicit wait? Okay. This wait statement can be used to find out next. Okay, this holds the program. Instead of saying this wait statement holds the program statement. The program execution continues immediately when the next action is available. If the next action is not available, then implicit wait will holds the program with specified time holds the program with specified time and then throws the error. If it is no such element, no such element. If it is timeout error, timeout error. Depends on the case that it is going to follow. Okay. In the earlier case, we have seen no such element exception because the element what we have given is not available on the page. And second thing, if element is available on the page, but it is not able to find out with the specified time, then you can see timeout error. So there are some differences like that in the exceptions. So we can we can handle those exceptions by using these type of statements through programmatic part only. And coming to explicit wait, it is a pure conditional based wait statement. It is condition based wait statement. That means it will wait, but it follows the explicit wait command follows some condition. So if that condition is satisfied, then only it will try to find out the specified element or locator. If condition is not satisfied, then it will exit from the program, or else it will throw an error saying that the condition is not met with our expectations. Basically, I don't know whether you know this particular point or not. Whenever you are loading a website, how can you say that website is completely loaded? Let's say I have opened this website, right? So how can you say that this web page, this complete page has been loaded properly?
At the register, we see that the loading
Here,
not yes,
right?
yes, sir.
Right. So whenever you see that loading symbol, it means that the page is loading. Whenever you are not seeing that symbol, then the page gets loaded completely. By understanding, as a human, we'll be able to understand how the page gets loaded, whether it is loading, whether it has loaded with all the elements or not, all the fields are loaded or not, we'll be able to understand. But how Selenium has to confirm whether the complete page has loaded or not? Do you understand my question?
Yes, sir.
Right? So how the Selenium or any program will be able to should understand whether the complete web page is loaded or not. So there are multiple ways to follow that, but my approach will be, it's a very basic approach I'm going to follow. I'm not going to follow any tricky ways here because that doesn't give any good support to our program, which I thought basically. So the process which I'm following is, so whenever I'm trying to locate and this is the website, right? So when I can say that this complete web page is being loaded means I'll scroll down to the bottom of the page and I'll try to find out the last element which is there in this web page. This is the last element, right? At least if not, I'll try to find out refresh button, because as per functionality, I need to have submit and refresh. So if refresh is available, I thought, okay, this page has been loaded properly. Then only I can say, okay, this page loaded completely and I can perform any action what I want. So conditional based, if refresh is loaded, if refresh button is available, then continue with your program execution. If refresh button is not available, then stop execution there itself. Condition based. In implicit wait, we are not providing any conditions there. We are just giving wait time, and it will wait for that particular time whether that button is available or not. If button is available, then it will continue the execution. If not, it will throw an error saying that no such element exception, or unable to find out the element, or timeout exception. So whatever it might be, respective error message will be displayed on the screen, right? How can we design explicit wait? Okay, let me use the same program to write explicit wait condition as well. I'm going to comment the earlier one where it is here. Explicit wait. For this, we need to create one variable for this. So let's create that variable, and then we make use of that variable in order to use the explicit wait. Okay. Web element, I'm just giving e-wait, which is nothing but explicit wait in my point of view. You can give your own word. New WebDriver wait of. So we are stopping the browser, we are holding the browser. So that's the reason I'm giving browser object name here. And I'm going to specify the time. Dot seconds. Until expected conditions dot visibility of element located by dot. What is the element that we want to locate on this web page? As I mentioned, suppose if I want to, in the earlier example, movies, right? This one, inspect checkbox 2, this is. Copy this one. So element located by dot ID. I'm going to give that ID name. Done. Close. We need to import these two things. Here, in this example, how it work out, how it is going to execute. Wait, time unit is undefined. WebDriver wait, WebDriver int time unit. What to be defined? WebDriver wait we have given. If we can change, just give me a moment. If we can change this to we should not change that. Let me change this format. Maybe it is not completely supportive to the latest version, I guess, of seconds of 10. Yeah, this works. So what is going to happen here? What will happen when we execute program here? Okay, first it will check this checkbox. Okay, checkbox 1, it will be checked. And second, before checking the checkbox, what is going to happen? It will wait whether this checkbox is available or not. It will validate first. If this checkbox is available, then immediately it will validate this condition also, and then it will check the checkbox. If checkbox is not available, then it will wait for 10 seconds and it will try to figure out what is the checkbox that we are looking for. Within 10 seconds, if that checkbox is available, then again it will check that checkbox and it will continue. Even after 10 seconds, if the checkbox is not available and it is not able to find out, then it will throw an error saying the checkbox is not available, what we are looking for. Okay, I'm executing the same program. Okay, I'm not here. I'm going to continue with thread.sleep. I'm not validating any condition after checking the checkbox 2. Running this one. Come here, it will check the first checkbox. It will check the second checkbox and then it will close the browser after 5 seconds. Done. Now, unable to receive message from renderer. Okay, you can accept it. Okay, I'm going to change this name to 10 because this 10th checkbox is not available, but still I want to find out. If you can execute this, you can see the error. Condition will be failed, right? Maximize the browser. It will check the first checkbox. While clicking second checkbox, it will validate that condition and it will try to find out checkbox 10. You can see that. You can see that expected condition failed. Waiting for a visibility of element located by ID checkbox 10. Checkbox 10. Tried 10 seconds with 500 milliseconds interval. That means for every 500 0.5 seconds, it is trying to find out checkbox number 10, but it is not available on the web page. That's the reason it has thrown error messages. Understand? Any questions?
No, sir.
After that, it will not continue the program execution. It will stop there itself. Wherever the condition gets failed in explicit wait, it will stop the execution there itself. It will not continue the execution because error is already there. What is the purpose of continuing the program execution without having that proper condition in place, right? So if condition gets passed, then only our program execution continues. Thread.sleep, implicit wait and explicit wait. We have different options here, like not only visibility of element located by, we have different methods. We have different methods. Let me show you. I'm just see alert is present or not. You can validate whether alert is available or not at that moment, and you can see whether attribute contains so and so locator or not, and you can say attribute to be, which needs to be, attribute should not be empty, and then element selection state to be, element to be clickable, element to be selected, frame to be available, to switch to alt. So there are multiple conditions, these are all predefined conditions which are available. If you want to make use of it, you can make use of it, depends on your application. So in general, I'll use like element to be element to be located or not, element to be clickable or not, visibility of element located, alert is present or not. And then in our application, basically we are using JavaScript related content. So I'm going to check JavaScript exceptions also. Yeah, all these kind of exceptions you can make use of it, where if your project is required with this one. Okay, otherwise simply you can validate whether particular button or element or frame or respective thing is there in that web page or not. If that is available, then it will continue with the execution. Right? Any questions? Is it clear how thread.sleep, implicit wait and explicit wait works?
Not yet.
Fine. So we discussed about WebDriver wait commands, and then okay. Now we will discuss about how to select drop-down value. How to select drop-down value. In general, if you want to enter a text in a text field, what you are going to use? Let's say this is the text field. First name is the text field. If you want to enter first name, what you are going to write the code? Driver.find element by particular locator. We are going to provide the locator and we are going to give the send keys there. So this is the program we have used, I guess. This one, this one. You can see this. So driver.find element by it's not there. I'll create one class. Field example I'm just giving. Okay, I'll copy first few steps. Okay, by this time I was expecting there should be some question from you, because I'm copying the first few lines of code from previous program to this program. If you are having 100 programs in your real time, are you going to copy? Will that be possible?
No.
If your URL is going to change, and if you have 1000 automation test scripts in your suite, are you going to change that URL in all the 1000 scripts? Will that be possible in within 1 hour?
No, sir.
No, right? It won't be possible. The concept behind this question is there are few parameters or there are few statements which are very, very, very common in your programmatic part, in your automation suite. Those common things you have to globalize. That means you have to create one separate class file for that, and you have to call that class file every time whenever you require that. Right? If you are designing a program, in each and every program, if you are giving browser, if you are giving URL, and if you are maximizing it every time, 10 scripts is fine, 20 scripts is fine. But if it is more than 100, if it is more than 1000, then what is going to happen? You cannot keep on changing your URL in all the 1000 scripts by opening each and every script, right? If it is missing at even in one script, the complete suite execution will be failed. So we have to globalize this. Maybe in future sessions, I'll let you know how to globalize this one into a separate class, and then how we can make use of that file in each and every class file that you are going to create. So simple example I'll tell you. In the suite which I'm working, one suit is having 3000 cases, and there are remaining 6 set of suits I have in my real-time work. Okay, one suit is having 3000 cases, remaining 6 sets. Each set is having 1880 cases are there in our application. Think about it once. If it is like this, we cannot keep on giving this URL in each and every script, right? We need to globalize that. Understand?
Sure.
Yeah. Coming back to the point. So enter first name. I'm just considering one field at once. I think I have given that HTML code. Yeah. Enter first name. Can you please go on mute? We entered first name. It will enter the first name. Now what is that element name? Select, can we say skills? Select a skill. How to select that? We have multiple values in the dropdown. We are not entering the text here. There is already list of element. There are list of elements which are already there in that field. We want to select one of that particular value. How to select that particular value from that particular list, right? So we are not sending the data. We are just trying to select the data. That's how our priority will be, right? If we want to select the data from that particular drop down, so how to select that? Okay, there are 3 ways basically to select the value from the drop down. One is select by value. Second one is select by index, whatever the index that we are going to have. And third one is select by visible text. We'll see one by one. First, we'll write a code for that. Select skill is equals to new select of driver dot find element by dot. I don't know what is the element or locator available for this. Right click, inspect. And I already explained you how we are going to write the XPath for that. I'm just copying the relative XPath for now. XPath. It will try to find out that element first, and then skill dot okay, the object name is wrong. Skill dot select by, you can see that select by value, select by index, and select by visible text is available here. Okay, I'm just going with select by visible text. Which skill you want to select from this drop down? I want to select, let's say for example, I want to select data analytics. So whatever the value that you are having, you need to give the same thing. Right click here, inspect. If you can open this drop down, you can see the value. Okay, I'll go with analytics. I'm just copying the analytics and I'm trying to select this value. This is by using select by visible text. In order to see whether the value is selected or not, I'm using thread.sleep. If I'm going to use implicit wait, immediately it will close the program. And one more note point, in your real time, you should not use thread.sleep. You should completely avoid this one, because this is not at all encourageable in the automation point of view. Why? Because if you are having one script or 10 scripts, it will wait for 2 seconds in each one. That means if you have 10 scripts, the program holds for 20 seconds. That means your execution time will be extended to 20 seconds, right? If you are having 1000 scripts, if you are having 2000 scripts, then each script will wait for 2 seconds during the execution, right? We cannot calculate such type of things in the real time. So that's the reason thread.sleep should be completely avoided in your real time work. I'm executing this. You can see the first name will be entered and then it will select the value in the skills dropdown. It will maximize the browser. Will enter the first name and the analytics has selected here. If you can observe, I'll extend the time for 5000. You can observe the dropdown. Chrome driver started successfully. It will get started. It will maximize the browser. We can see that now. Analytics has selected. It will close the browser. Right? So we have two more methods to select the value. One is select by visible text, and the second one is select by value. Select by value. I'm just removing this one. From where you can get the value? Visible text is different, value is different. So I'm just selecting this one, right click here. You can see the value, Adobe InDesign. Sometimes this Adobe InDesign will be in lowercase. Sometimes it will be equals to the value that we are having here. So it depends on the development activity, what design team is going to perform. It is not in our hands. Make sure you are going to check the value before going to give it in your program. Okay. Now I'm going to give this one, data analytics value. Select by value, this one. Okay, I'm executing this program. You can see it now. We'll start the browser, maximizing it. Selected the analytics, right? And then it closes the browser. And we have one more method called select by index. Index number always starts with index number always starts with 0. If you can give 0, then first value in this drop down will be selected. What is the first value? Auto InDesign. This select skills is something like it's a predefined value. But let's see whether they have defined that select skills with index 0 or not. In the designing pattern, we don't know, right? So maybe we can see it now. Unable to receive the message. Okay, it has selected, I guess. It has selected the value. Let me execute it one more time. See, right? So there are three ways to select the value from the drop down. Select by value, select by index, select by visible text. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay. Your assignment for tomorrow will be consider this website and try to design an automation script for all the fields which are available in this web page. Okay, you have to enter first name, how to enter first name, how to enter last name, how to enter address, email address, phone number, male or female, you have to select hobbies, you have to select languages, you have to enter skills, country, select country, all these things you have to enter and click on submit or refresh button. Anything would be fine. If you are going to click on submit button, just give dummy details. If you are going to click on refresh button, it's up to you. Right? In tomorrow's session, we are going to discuss about the concept of alerts, windows, and frames. Here in Windows, you are going to get window handle and get window handles. Get window handle and get window handles. And frames and alerts. Those two are separate independent concepts. We are going to discuss about that as well. Any questions so far? If you don't have any questions, I can wrap up that session.
No, sir.
Okay, tomorrow Saturday we have planned a session for tomorrow also. Tomorrow morning, as usual time, we'll have a session from. I'm planning to have a session from 8 to 10.
Okay, sir.
And then we'll have another session maybe around 12 o'clock or afternoon. I will let you know in tomorrow morning session about the timing. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Tomorrow we'll have total 2 sessions. One is morning as usual 8 to 10. And after that we'll have one more session. Okay. Be prepared
Okay,
for that. Tomorrow and after tomorrow we'll have a sessions to wind up these concepts, whatever the gap that we are going to have, and we'll try to close it up. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.